Over 2,000 years ago, on a hill called Golgotha, the greatest act of love the world has ever known was revealed. This is the story of the death of Jesus Christ. A story not only of pain and sacrifice, but of victory, redemption, and eternal hope. It began at a simple table in Jerusalem. Jesus gathered his 12 disciples for what would be their final meal together, the Last Supper. He took bread, broke it, and said, "This is my body given for you. Do this in remembrance of me." Then he took the cup and said, "This is my blood of the new covenant, poured out for many for the forgiveness of sins." In that moment, he revealed the greatest truth, that his death would bring life. After supper, Jesus went with Peter, James, and John to the Garden of Gethsemane. There, the weight of the world pressed upon his soul. He fell to the ground and prayed, "Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Yet not my will, but yours be done." Even in agony, he surrendered, teaching us obedience even in suffering. As Jesus prayed, Judas arrived, one of his own disciples, leading soldiers with torches and weapons. He greeted Jesus with a kiss, marking him for arrest. In that painful moment, Jesus looked at Judas and said, "Friend, do what you came for." Even to his betrayer, he showed love. Dragged before the high priests, Pilate, and the crowds, Jesus stood silent. False witnesses spoke against him, yet he did not defend himself. The people cried, "Crucify him." Pilate washed his hands, saying, "I am innocent of this man's blood." But Jesus, innocent and blameless, was condemned for us all. They led him up to Golgotha, the place of the skull. There they nailed his hands and feet to the cross. As the cross was lifted high, pain filled the air, but love filled the heavens. Jesus looked down at the crowd and said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Even in death he offered mercy. One thief mocked him, but the other said, "Lord, remember me when you come into your kingdom." And Jesus replied, "Today you will be with me in paradise." At the 6th hour, darkness covered the land. The earth trembled, the sky turned black, and the crowd fell silent. Then at the 9th hour, Jesus cried out, "It is finished." He bowed his head and gave up his spirit. The soldiers pierced his side, and blood and water flowed out, the sign of a heart poured out for mankind. Joseph of Arimathea, a secret follower of Jesus, asked Pilate for his body. They wrapped it in linen and laid it in a new tomb carved from rock. A great stone was rolled across the entrance. To the world it seemed the end, but in heaven, it was the beginning of salvation's greatest chapter. From the cross, Jesus gave us his final lessons. Forgive those who wrong you. Love your enemies. Trust God even when you can't see his plan. And remember that the greatest love is to lay down one's life for others. The cross was not a defeat. It was the victory of love over sin. The death of Christ is not just history. It is a living story that still transforms hearts today. The cross calls each of us to forgiveness, to faith, and to love, because through his death, we found life. And through his sacrifice, you found freedom. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. John chapter 3, verse 16. The power of the cross still speaks today. It reminds us that no sin is too great for God's mercy, no heart is too far for his grace, and no darkness can overcome his light. Jesus Christ, our Savior, our Redeemer, our King, gave his life so we might live. And that is the power of the cross.